Hello everyone, it's Laura here. I'm struggling with light. Hold on, let me get off the chat. Okay. So this is gonna happen more often. Hi, how you doing? Right now the sun hasn't come up. So I'm kind of, let's see if I can bring some more light into this situation. I've got this little dust lamp. I don't know if this is going to be any better. Yeah, it's really not any better. Let's see here. Ugh, it's so flashed out now. So I'm I'm not sure what to do. I'm supposed to be streaming right now, but I feel like with the lighting situation, it's really not a great. I don't know. How's this look to you? I have a couple of people here. Oh man. So I'm not sure if I should just go and not worry about it, or if I should hang out for a little bit and wait for the sun to come up. But I didn't want to be late for my stream time. I do want to work on this. I can, while we're waiting for the sun to do its thing, I was working on this last night, and I think it's done. I can show you guys. So this is in, this guy here that we've been working on is in Magical Dawn, Hanna Karlzon. And last night I finished a page. Hi, Kenny. You're up early. Oh my goodness. How did you sleep? I finished this spirit animals. And this is a buddy color with Richie. Hi, Cassandra. How you doing? So I had a lot of fun. Hi, Starbuck. Welcome. Right now I'm struggling with oh, Kenny. Right now I'm struggling with light here. So I'm not sure what to do about this. I don't know. Can you guys... Oh, here's a page I did before. This is in... Yeah, the light is so bad right now. Okay. Where is it? Here she is. So we're supposed to be working on this, but I don't know if you guys can even see her that well. So I'm hanging out for a little bit. I think... Oh, thank you, Kenny. Yeah, she's coming along. That's not quite where I want her to be, but we're gonna keep working on her. Sort of the nature of it. It's crazy how the light is struggling with how to get this looking nice. Maybe that's alright. I don't know. But we will be working again in acrylics, so I can show you guys that. I've pulled the same colors we've been using, so we have titanium white, we have burnt sienna. Thank you, Starbuck. Then we have a quinacridone crimson. I still have a lot left to learn myself. I pulled a Naples yellow hue. This is almost out, but I have another two. And then we have cerulean blue hue. So those are the colors we were using in the previous stream. And we're just going to be continuing on along with getting rid of the outlines and having some fun mixing colors. Yes, Kenny, I really do believe that. And you know, there's a lot of people who struggle with learning quickly enough, or they don't have the patience to practice and to get better. But you guys are seeing me, after a long time of painting and drawing. I don't want people to get discouraged because they don't pick it up quickly. I'm not the best person out there. There's a lot of really awesome artists. I just love the collaborative nature of coloring and the community. And so that's why I'm here teaching you guys, because, my way is not the only way or the best way even. But I'm really happy to share what I know. So, but yeah, if you if you do something every day, pardon the good at it, doesn't matter where you start, it doesn't even really matter where you end up. But I think if you enjoy the process, if you enjoy the journey and the road it takes to get there, if you have fun doing it, you're going to keep doing it. So that's what I keep telling everybody. It's not about where you are now. And please don't compare yourself to other people, because really, it's not going to do you any favors, and not going to make you feel good, especially if you're just starting out. But, if you compare yourself to yourself, meaning, if you look at your current work and then your first piece, if there's improvement there, if you can see that you've gotten better, then the only thing you need is time. And, some of the best colorists out there have been coloring for a long, long time, and that's what you're seeing. So, anyway, I could go off on that rant all day. You guys know I say, if that's the only thing you take away from my channel, just to enjoy yourself. Don't worry about, where you're at or where you're going. Just, it's supposed to be stress reducing, and I think a lot of people make it stressful on themselves for really no reason. So, but yeah, I don't know if the sun's going to be coming up today. Actually, I'm looking at a whole lot of clouds out. Excellent, Kenny. Yeah. And I'm probably gonna repeat that message forever. So if you watch my videos, you've already heard that speech before. I just feel like it bears repeating, because if there's somebody new to my channel or just popping in for my one video, I hope that they at least get that out of it. So I'm probably gonna say it again and again. I'm sorry. But I really do feel so strongly about that. When I was first starting out, I got frustrated. I was a perfectionist a little bit, actually a lot of it. And I would spend days and days on a drawing and get frustrated I wasn't doing it right, like it didn't look good. It didn't look like how I had it in my head. And, as a kid, I just learned that things aren't going to be perfect. I'm a human being, and so I'm by definition not perfect. I'm going to make mistakes. And once I accepted that fact, you know, that things are, nothing's going to be perfect ever. Like, not even, you know, 20 years from now when I feel more comfortable with everything, I'm still going to make mistakes. So, um, yeah, once you kind of like internalize that and understand, like, it doesn't matter if there's a mistake there. The important thing is like really just enjoying it, and then, you know, learning. Like, if you get better and better, then there's really no, the sky's the limit. You know, you just have to put in the time and the effort. And I believe that anyone can get good at art, and I feel really strongly about that. And I know there's some people that disagree with me. You can go ahead and put a dislike on my video, that's fine. But I, you know, coming from a background where I wasn't the best artist in my class, you know, and I just worked harder than all the other kids and never gave it up. You know, I had some really, really talented classmates who were just naturally very good at drawing and painting, and they don't do it anymore. But if they had continued, then they would be great. But they don't, you know. So it's all about, you know, it's not the one who's the best at the start. It's the one who keeps going on the race, right? Like the tortoise and the hare kind of story, you know. I'm the tortoise. It took me like 30 years, but I never stopped. You know. Oh, that's not true. I did stop for about 2 years when I was going through a lot, but you know, it's not enough to wipe it out completely. It did set me back a little bit, but I picked everything back up pretty quick. So, you know, it doesn't matter if you're the tortoise or the hare. You just got to finish. You know, you just got to keep going. So, um, oh, wonderful, Vicky. Thanks for lurking. And to all my other lurkers, thanks for hanging in there. I'm really sorry about the late. You know, like, I think I might need to change my stream time to a later time during the winter time. You know, at least until I get my studio lights. So, but I'll, if I do that, I'll make an announcement. We'll see how this goes. But this is the second week where I'm struggling with streaming at my usual time. Yeah, Vicky, that's all I can be. You know, and I get comments all the time, you know, negativity and criticism, and some of it's constructive and some of it isn't. Um, I love listening to constructive criticism. I think that makes you better. I think it makes you grow. But if, you know, if you are receiving unconstructive criticism, meaning somebody's just being nasty to you, you know, then you have every right to completely ignore that. And, you know, you gotta look at like where it's coming from. Like, I put much more weight and value on my family and friends, people who know me well, than a complete stranger who just is popping in, making some sort of harsh judgment and leaving. So, um, yeah, if you're dealing with that, I had some pretty rough comments over the past weekend, and it's funny because like it's so easy to focus on those negative comments and like um, kind of let them get into your head. But I realized that, you know, I'm here for all of my friends. Like everybody here in the chat. Hi, Sing. How you doing? Hi, Mary. Welcome. Thank you all for coming. Right now we're waiting for the sun to wake up. So you don't have to stick around. I'm just pontificating on life, coloring, YouTube channel. Um, but yeah, I look at it like, you know, if one of you right here in the chat said something, you know, like hey Laura, this video sucks, you know, you shouldn't do stuff like that anymore, then I would perk up and listen, because that's, you know, you guys who have been here with me for, you know, a long time, that's something that I take more value in. So if you run a YouTube channel and you're struggling with stuff like that, just know that I think it happens to every YouTuber. Unfortunately, that's just how the world works. Um, but yeah, what are you gonna do? You just move on. Oh man. So I went to this amazing BMX camp over the weekend. If you're not familiar, my boyfriend and I, we love to do BMX biking together. And yeah, sing, thank you. No, you know, I don't think my work is amazing. I think it's just I just think it's me just loving coloring and drawing, painting, um, and just I just don't give up. So if I make a mistake or whatever, I don't get hard on myself, that's all. Um, but yeah, so we had this, oh my gosh, we had an amazing time this past weekend. It was our 10th anniversary. Um, so yeah, we had a great time, and Abby was fine. My mom took care of her while we were gone. Um, she's happy I'm back though. She's eating right now. Um, so let's see, how was everybody's weekend? I know it's already Tuesday, but oh man, sun come up. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't even know what to say. Like, should I just go even though the light isn't great, or should I wait? Cause like I feel like I don't know. Maybe if I prop it up a little bit. Good morning, Loretta. Just go? Okay. I just apologize. You know, normally I wait for the sun. Okay. Let's see if I can prop it up with my other book. Maybe I won't have so much glare. I learned this from other YouTubers. How's that? Maybe that's all right. Oh, thank you, Sing. This light has actually got a lot of glare and it's sort of washing things out a little bit, but okay. If it's okay with you guys. You can still see my process, so I'm going to pile it up, and I'm going to start with titanium white, and I just want to go through and finish up getting rid of these black outlines. We'll see how long it takes. I might go a little longer than usual today, just to make up for the fact that we started late. Whenever I use acrylic paint, when I have my palette, this is just a reused palette from other projects. I've got some stuff. So I just like scraped it down so that way I could use it again. I always spray it with this mister bottle, and that keeps it from forming a skin and then drying out. So I can keep my palette wet for quite some time that way. So there's another. And I'll be using these cheap brushes. I got them at Walmart for like a couple bucks. They're just these golden Taklon brushes. Let's see. Yeah, Loretta, I watch some YouTube on my TV occasionally. Alright, so I just have like the pure titanium white, and I just dip my brush And let's zoom in. Good morning, Darla. Let's see here. So we have this messiness. I think that happened. I can't remember if it was the Dr. P.H. Martin. It happened because with these wax-based pencils, that this particular fluid is much more liquid, and so it resisted. But we can fix that, so that's what we're going to do. But I'm going to just focus on the hair and get that done. So you see here I colored out the lines. Abby's in a rambunctious mood this morning, so I'm pretty sure we can expect her up here at some point today. Right now she's in my room playing. So no big deal if you go over the lines. The lines are just a suggestion. So is anybody coloring right now? You guys just getting ready for your day? I don't think I've seen you in here in a while, Mary. And the other trick with acrylic is just to make sure to keep, especially with a small detail, just keep making sure you dip your brush. Abby. Hi, cutie. Sing, you could probably cover, let's see that. Alright, so I'm just cleaning off my brush, keep it from drying out. Let's grab some Prismas and see. If not, we can definitely cover it with acrylic. Acrylic pretty much will do just about anything. Oh, that's the wrong roll-up. Let's do a little demo and find out. Why not? But I do believe you can. So I'm grabbing, let's get a scrap here. You guys know I love my scrap paper. Hi, cutie. Yeah? No, okay. Okay, so I have here, oh, I don't know if this will show up on camera. It's 901 Indigo Blue. Let's see what happens here. So what I do like about the Dr. P.H. Martin's bleed proof is that it doesn't let the color bleed through at all. I mean, that's in the title, so you should expect that, I suppose. So in an earlier video in this series, I did use 3 different medium. I used the Dr. P.H. Martin's bleed proof white, and I also used white gouache. I believe that the fish is white gouache. This is really nice and matte, and I know for a fact that the pencil will go over that really beautifully. So even if you make a mistake, even if it looks like crap, even if, you know, something goes wrong, don't freak out. It'll be okay. You just gotta think about what the next move is, and you can usually fix it. Hi. What are you doing? playing? Hi. Sorry, guys. Got a little mishap here. You hang out? Good girl. You hang out down there? Alright. So even though it did sort of beat up and resist from the wax of the pencils, we can still fix it. Does that answer your question? I like using white the best, yes, for covering black outlines, or what we were using here was a mixed color. So that's two different ways that you can approach it. You can cover it with the white. I prefer the white gouache if I'm doing that because I feel like, here I'll show you. Let's grab a different color. Let's try this guy here. Let me just check here, make sure. So if you're gonna use pencils, then I prefer using white because it knocks out the black outlines enough that you can then go over them with pencil. So let's switch to 105. Can you see? Kind of. And what's great about using gouache is that since it dries very, very matte finish, the pencils just glide beautifully over them. There's no effort. So if you have a red or a purple object with a lot of red in it, then the bleed proof white is the way to go because red pigment seeps through just about everything except for the bleed proof white. However, if it's a pigment that doesn't have red in it, then you can get away with the white gouache really beautifully. And then another option would be like a craft acrylic paint like Americana or Folk Art. That would also work really well, same effect, as long as it's a matte finish. If you have these paints here, like if you try to do it with this Liquitex titanium white, this has a glossy finish, especially when you put a lot of coats on. So I wouldn't recommend that if you want to go over it with pencils. But what's great about the acrylics is that they are mixable, so you can mix just the right color. So that's how we covered the areas here. Oh no, I'm sorry, Jody. I just didn't see you. No, I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm sorry. Oh, I see. I see where you were now. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not. There's, guys, if I miss you, especially these early morning ones, please don't take it like I don't like you anymore or something. I have a hard time keeping up with the chat. It's just one of my character flaws or whatever you want to say. I'm not very good. Like I know Emily is so good at keeping track of that stuff. But no, Pickle, please don't sing. Yeah, gouache, it's spelled oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. Oh, here's the gouache I used, and you can see this in another video in my series. I think it's 2 videos back. And here's the bleed proof white I used. So these are 2 products. I just wanted to show you guys, like a lot of people are using Posca pens. Those work very, very well. A lot of people use white gel pen. I used to use that a lot actually. When I first started coloring, I was using white gel pen. But I found over time that that's not the easiest way to approach getting rid of the outlines. So as I learn, obviously my techniques will improve. And I like to kind of update my channel with the latest info that I have in my brain. So, and I'm sure that I'll find an even better technique in the future. But yeah, so I hope that answers anybody's question. Hi, Sammy. Good morning. Hello, honey. I got your package. Sammy was so sweet to send me one of her colored pages. So it has arrived. Okay, so we're switching back to the titanium white from Liquitex. I'm going to go back to my little palette here. And let's keep going on the hair. I just want to kind of get all these lines taken care of. And you'll see that the acrylics and the gouache will need more than one coat usually. It's because these outlines in the Hanna Karlzon books are super dark and black and thick. But that's the reason I chose this book for this particular type of work. I really wanted to show that even the darkest, thickest outlines can be taken care of if you want to get rid of them. Where should we go next here? Let's start down here. Oh, actually, let's get rid of this guy here. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Judy. Hi, Leslie. Nice to see you. It must be evening there. Thank you all for coming. And when we finish this page, we're going to start a new series at the same time. And I know that these series are taking forever, and I'm sorry about that. But, you know, it is what it is. So I'm just going to fix this seashell here a little bit. Put some more white down. Now I'm using a fairly large brush here. It's a number 8 round. You can use a smaller brush and not need as much brush control. I just like this brush because it holds more paint, so I don't have to dip my brush as often. You'll find that with a smaller brush, it holds less paint, so you have to dip more. But there's no right way. You can. Oh, I'm out of frame. Sorry. Up here, just finding any lines and taking care of them. So we're gonna. This might take a while. I was gonna do it off camera, but I'm happy to show you guys the whole entire process. That's cool. But it might take me a little bit of time. So I'll just go over these with white first and then a color. Let's see here. Yeah, 10:30 p.m. Yeah, Sammy. I just have really low energy today. I've been, kind of struggling with that. Like the whole story. So, but I didn't want to not stream just because I'm feeling tired. Figured, as long as you guys don't mind, I'm not super peppy today. Yeah, no worries though. Oh, good, Sammy. You're talking about Tilly? Thank you, Kenny. Yeah, I'm sorry, Leslie. I'm so sorry. Guys, I'm not an actor. Like so many people, you know, make comments, um, sort of like that. And the only thing I can say is like what you get on YouTube is me at that very moment, genuine. There's nothing I can, I don't know how to act. I don't know how to hide things. That's not really my personality anyway. Like, if ever Mark and I have an argument, he knows about it straight away. I don't beat around the bush. um, so it's hard for me to sort of like pretend to be something outside of how I feel. So unfortunately, that means you know we get the good days and the bad days. But the thing is like I could try to be fake, but I don't think that will. I don't know. I don't know how to explain. I don't feel right about like hiding the fact that I'm tired. Because not everybody is perfect. Not everybody has good days every day. And I don't think that that's a reason why I should not stream, because like, even if I'm having a tough day, like, like, for example, I've had like a pretty rough week last week, but I still streamed because it cheers me up and it brings me joy, and I love chatting with you guys and seeing you here. So, um, this is much soothing and therapy for me as it is other people watching. Um, so yeah, thanks, Pickle. Yeah, thanks. Oh, I'm not sad, Leslie. I have this issue. I've had not every. I don't think I really make it public. I have like a medical issue where sometimes my energy is just not there, and I just can't. I don't know how to explain. It's like it's hard to get out of bed, and I don't really discuss it because I don't want any like pity or like what I'm dealing with is a lot less severe than what a lot of other people in the community deal with medically. And so like there's I don't really discuss my medical issues, but yeah, it's not that I'm sad or anything. It's just that like it's hard to even get any energy. Like this morning, like usually I'm up at 5 a.m. and I'm out of bed and doing my thing, but like this morning I just could not get up. I just couldn't. Like I got out of bed because I was like, I need to stream, and that's something to get out of bed for. But I could have, if I wasn't streaming, I could have probably slept all day. So that's just kind of how it goes for me. And there's, it's getting better slowly, but it is what it is. So, um, but yeah, I'm not sad. I'm just exhausted. So don't worry, I'm fine. I had a great weekend, and I'm so lucky to be here with you guys and enjoying our time together. So don't worry, I'm not sad. I just, yeah, anybody who deals with like exhaustion, like from like, yeah, I don't even know how to explain it. I've had a severe case of Lyme's disease, is what it is. So sometimes it's hard for me. I always have so much energy, and then there's these days where like I just can't even get any um, get any energy going. So So that's okay though. Yeah, thank you. Yep, I totally feel the same way. I don't expect myself to be perfect every day because there's just no, that's just not realistic. But I don't think that should keep me from streaming. I mean, as long as you guys don't have to watch, like I always tell myself, I'm like, it's a free show. So if you don't want to watch, you don't have to. Rita? Hi. Abby's really chatty this morning. Sorry, guys. What? You're so silly. What are you doing? You want to play? Um, she has all my energy, I guess. I don't know. But that's okay. If you guys know me, you'll know like I love being outside and hanging out in the woods and going on my adventures and having a tick bite. That's just a consequence of those types of hobbies. Um, so that's why I'm always like really adamant to check for ticks now. But the great news is I will recover. So there's no reason to complain about it. Because, there are people out there that struggle with things that won't recover. And I feel like complaining about my situation is sort of losing sight of the bigger picture. But yeah, that's why I'm just like super tired today. It's just kind of like one of the side effects of the disease. So oh, pickle. Yeah, I've spent a lot of money on treatments too, and unfortunately I'm on another round of treatment, and it's tough. But the thing is like I'm grateful that I do have a doctor who did diagnose it, and some people struggle with getting a good diagnosis, so at least I'm ahead of the game on that front. But yeah, I'm so sorry to hear about your friend's daughter. That sucks. Oh, here she is. Abby. Hi. Hi. She's so funny. Little kitty break. Don't get your tail in there. Oh, good, it's dry. Luckily, acrylic dries quickly. Yeah, good. Sorry, guys. Oh, well, Leslie. That's crazy to me, but I mean, how could you believe in it? I mean, it's a it's a bacterial infection. Thing is it originated in the northeast of the United States, and that's where I'm at. And around here, it's actually very, very common. And I've been diligent my whole life about checking for ticks, but I missed it. It was behind my knee, and I couldn't see it, and so unfortunately, it was there, and I don't know how long it was there, but I had the bullseye, and I had the, oh, okay, hi. Sorry, guys, we got Kitty in the mix. I had all the symptoms. So it was very easy for them to diagnose me. Hi, Kitty. We have a kitty situation. Just taking you off so she doesn't bump you around too much. Hi. You coming into my lap? Okay, that's good. That'll work. Hi. Um, yeah, I can't even imagine what it's like for places where people don't even accept that it's still a thing. Like it's a, yeah, I can't even imagine. At least the doctors, they recognized my symptoms right away as Lyme. So I didn't really have any issue with getting a diagnosis. Oh, hi. Oh, she's so funny. Happy. What are you doing? Hmm? What are you doing? Sorry, guys. Kitty is so funny. Uh, I suppose. I don't know, Pickle. I don't understand why anybody's got to believe in it. I mean, if there's evidence of an issue, if there's actual like symptoms and I don't understand what there is to believe. Like with fibromyalgia, like if you have severe pain, what is there to believe about that? I guess I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And oh, Abby. Sorry guys, she's really persistent today. Come on, cutie. What are you doing? Just put my brush down for a second. Okay. Hi. Oh. All right. I'm gonna be that way, huh? Yeah, Kenny, apparently it is a problem in some areas of the world. But I can tell you it exists. I definitely have been struggling for a couple months now with it. Right, here she is. I don't know if you guys can hear her. She is super happy to be here, though. Taking it easy this morning with a kitty break. Starting late. Sorry, guys. No, I'm so sorry to hear that, Karen. Your fiber. Oh no, Kenny. Oh, I'm so sorry, gosh. Stupid little bugs. Yeah. Yep. Oh man, Leslie, I'm lucky at least the doctor, I mean, it's very, very common here. The cases of Lyme disease in this area are very high. So I'm lucky that the doctors, I didn't have to struggle with getting a diagnosis or figuring out what I'm dealing with. But I can't imagine having to go to another country just to get a proper diagnosis. That's awful. Hi, Vivian. Or Vivian? Yeah, Leslie, here, I'll put it up again real close. She's always purring. Aw, Debbie. Yeah, maybe so. Although Abby is always by my side. She and I are very close. Yeah. Double purr? Yeah, she always purrs like that. She's like a little motor. Right, Ab? You a little motor? Yeah. Alright, she's like, I'm gonna park myself right here. Let's see if she stays put if I put up the camera again. I can work around her. Let's see here. Alright, kitty. Oh, there she goes. Sorry, guys. Oh, man. Come on. Off the book. I don't think it's wet, but let's just make sure. Don't get any paint on you. Come on. All right, there we go. Oh my goodness, cutie. Come here. You want to come in my lap again? Come here. Come here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I think so. Vivi, green hearts to you too. All right. Oh, let's see. I think I'll just oh no, I need to prop that back up. I think I'll just leave it zoomed out. That way, if she bumps again, it's not a big deal. Okay, come here. Yeah. Yeah, Abby and I, it's funny because we've had a really close relationship. I've had her now for about 10 years or so, but she's 17, so she's an old lady. An old lady. But she's super duper snuggly, and she follows me from room to room. She sleeps on my pillow at night. Just one of the most sweetest kitties I've ever seen. Right now she's headbutting my face. What? Oh, why, Loretta? Oh, don't go in there. No, no paint. No paint for you. Abs. No, no. Oh. She's. Come here. Come here. Upsy daisy. I know. Okay. All right. You want to sit back there? That's perfect. Yes. She's sitting behind me now. That's perfect. Very cute. Good girl. Now I can work. Whew. Sorry about that little interlude. Gotcha, Bass. I don't know what that is, Value. Gotcha, Loretta. Of course, now I have kitty hair. Let's see, now I can zoom in again. There we go. Kenny. Oh, thanks, Pickle. Yep, I appreciate the thumbs up. That's one of the best ways to support your favorite YouTubers. You know, if you have a channel you love to watch, you don't have to give them any money or any gifts or anything like that. Just give them thumbs up. It's free. And it really helps people find the channel. So when YouTubers say it, it's not just it's not just because they want the feedback. It's because it helps with the YouTube algorithm. And same with leaving comments, actually. So if you're watching this back, please leave a comment. Just let me know how you're doing. That's all right, Leslie. Why, is that something crude? I don't know. Oh. Huh. Your troll hairs are sticking up? Well, if he does anything else, I'm not afraid to block. Don't you guys worry. Oh no. I'm sorry, your troll hairs are sticking up. So far, he's okay. He or she. Alright, so I'm going to rotate the book. I thought I could do without it, but really, don't be afraid to rotate things or to move your book around if it makes it easier on your hands. Aw, don't worry, Leslie. Please do not worry. I can definitely take care of myself. I'm a big girl. I've had lots of trolls in the past. It doesn't scare me. Yeah. And who was it? Eleanor Roosevelt that said, "Nobody can make you feel inferior without your consent." I live by those words. So if you don't give them any power, then they don't have any power over you. So these big thick outlines, you probably will have to go through and do them again. And if at any point you guys are pretty much done watching me do this, I'm happy just to finish on my own. But as long as you want to continue to watch, I'll definitely keep doing it on stream for you. I just know it's super repetitive. So I feel kind of bad about that. Me too, Kenny. Yeah, I turned my book as well. Yeah, I love Eleanor Roosevelt. She's amazing. She's an awesome woman. All right. Yeah, Leslie, she was very, very classy. And when I was bullied in school, when in grade school, my mom told me that quote. And it's stuck with me ever since. But my mom is an amazing woman herself, so. I can't imagine raising two daughters by yourself. That must have been so hard. But she did it, and she was parent enough for me. I didn't feel any like I was missing anything. Mm-hmm. So we do have some exciting things coming up this week. I will be working on the second part of the metal coloring tutorial. So that's going to be fun. I thought I might have done it yesterday, but unfortunately my work just got out of hand, and since I'm not feeling super hot, I just didn't have the energy to do it yesterday. But hopefully tomorrow or whenever I'm feeling up for it, we're going to do that part 2 to that metals video. And then I actually have another video that I really want to do. So we'll see if I can sneak that in this week as well. But yeah, really enjoying hanging out with you guys. So let's see here. There we go. So we're almost done doing the first layer of hair covering. Oh, we have this area over here. Not done. So many lines. It's all good though. We're gonna get through it. And then while we wait for the hair lines to dry, I'm gonna leave that black line, I think. Maybe go over it with just a slightly darker color. Once we get rid of the hair, we can go through and do some of the other areas and see how that'll work out. Like I think I still want to work a little bit more on the face, so So we can do that. That would be good. I'm trying to get the most important bits. I feel like the hair and the face are the most dramatic change. Everything else will just sort of be to make it consistent and not so much about the impact that it has, like with the face. Kenny. You know, I think she did a lot of great work behind the scenes, though, as the First Lady. And I think people underestimate the role of the First Lady. Like, I think Michelle Obama did a lot of amazing things as well. So I think it depends on the lady, of course. You know, not all of them are created equally as far as what they do for the job. But yeah, I just think, you know, I think people underestimate what is possible to do behind the scenes. And sometimes it's those quiet influences that actually are really, like, I think she had a huge impact. And what he did, the decisions he made, I'm sure that he consulted with her quite often. You know, like, I know when Mark and I, when either one of us are struggling with something, we go to each other and we talk about it. And it seems like they had that kind of relationship too. So I think she did a lot for the presidency without being president, which is awesome. But I would love to see a woman in the office. But we're not really talking about politics. I'm sorry, I'm the one who brought it up with the quote, though. My bad. Yeah, Leslie, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm going to say about that. uh, yeah, I think a lot of the first ladies are really classy, which is really cool. Yeah, the Bushes in general were very, you know, I might, you know, not always agree with everybody's politics, but I do really respect people who can be humble and respectful of anybody. And that's, I think, Barbara Bush was definitely like that. So, yeah, she was a great lady too. All right. Yeah, I'm not an actor. I'm not good at faking it. Uh-huh. You caught me. Oh man. Thing is though, for me, like, I think lately politics has gotten a bit out of hand. So that's why I avoid talking about it. Because I think, you know, there's so many more constructive things we can do with our time than polarize ourselves. Not, you know, I like to see people come together, not be driven apart. So, but that's just me. Okay, so we are done the first layer of hair covering, which is really exciting. I'd love to see that kind of coming together. Um, let's start. Let's go. Let's do this fishy since he's kind of hanging out all alone in that little sea of. Um, yeah, yeah, I think so too, Sammy. Um, you know, I've worked in a male-dominated field my whole life. I'm a web developer, and especially when I first started out, there weren't a whole lot of women in the field. And I remember thinking to myself, what have I got myself into? Because my first job, the men were kind of like dinosaurs. You know what I'm talking about? They were very old school. I was hired at a very low pay rate, and it was for a trial period. They didn't believe I could actually code. I remember that question came up in my interview. They asked me, "Are you sure you can code?" And I just thought to myself, like, you know, like privately, I didn't say it, but I was like, would you have asked that of a man, you know? Um, and it was a real struggle to work in that environment. But I did it for 7 years, I think. And by the time I left, I had positively changed their opinion of whether women could handle web development or not. But I have to say, like, it's it's still out there. Like, there are so many women who are struggling with that same kind of stigma of um, being told they're not able to do something just because they're a woman, or getting paid less than a guy just because they're a woman. And that is very frustrating to me because, you know, when I was growing up, I grew up in a very progressive household where my mom, you know, said to us, you know, you can do anything you want, you can be anything you want. And she raised us with that mentality. So, you know, going out into the world, I was sort of sheltered from that at first. And so when I realized how prevalent it was sort of a shock to me because it's just not something that I thought was still around, you know, because I grew up in a very positive, very, you know, I had friends of every sort, you know, um, and I don't know. It's just one of those things where, like, I didn't realize how bad the world still is about stuff like that until I grew up a little bit more. And it's a shame because I think anybody can do anything as long as they really want it. You know, I mean, there's some things where obviously you might not be physically able to do something, or, you know, that's not what I'm talking about though. What I mean is, like, if, you know, no superficial status or the way you were born should dictate what you're capable of doing. I feel like it's such a silly thing. Um, yeah, Kenny. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Don't be sorry, Sammy. I'm glad you're keeping Tilly company. I hope she does okay. Um, yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that, Loretta. I think, you know, unfortunately, it is common. Um, but the thing is like, what we can do, excuse me, what we can do as people is just continue to prove them wrong, if you will. I did that with pretty much every job I held at an office. Got kind of tired of having to prove myself all the time, so now I work for myself. And what's great is I choose my clients based on whether or not I want to work with them now. So that's something of a luxury that I didn't have for a long time, but now that I work for myself, I get to pick clients who don't have that issue, who I want to work with, who are cool. My biggest client is awesome. He, asks work for me every month, and he's the coolest guy. Very, very easy to get paid from him too. So not all over like that. But I think as long as we as women continue to just say, no, I can do this, and like show them, hey, in spite of all of your silly opinions, like you're just not right. And I deal with that, like, I don't know why, but I guess I gravitate towards very male dominated things. Like, I also BMX, and I deal with that all the time. Like, it's funny, like, they're like, oh, a girl is BMXing. I'm like, what's so surprising about that? Just because I'm a girl? Like, I don't know. But yeah, I think as long as we just stand up for what we love and do our thing, no matter what anybody says, and I think that's female empowerment too. And we don't need anybody's permission. Just do what you want to do and don't let anybody stop you. And then they'll figure it out eventually that they're wrong. And if they don't, then that's on them. And I just feel sorry for those types of people who can't, see the truth for what it is. But yeah, just do your thing. Don't let anybody stop you. Because at the end of the day, even though I made less than my male counterparts, I did an amazing job, and I turned their minds around, and I fought tooth and nail for every single pay raise. Like I fought like a guy does, if you will. I didn't sit back and say, I'm okay getting paid less. No, every single year I went to my boss and I said, I deserve a pay raise. And eventually, it took a couple years, but eventually they gave it to me. So if you believe that you're being treated unfairly, then stick up for yourself. And don't be afraid of doing that. Because, I think it's through the combined efforts of every woman to stick up for themselves that we can change the minds of guys. And in like and that goes the same for like things like LGBT rights and racial issues and all sorts of things that are fraught with conflict and people having incorrect opinions, or I don't know if it's incorrect, but it's not I don't know how to explain it. I'm not very eloquent about this topic, but yeah, I don't understand why people gotta drive each other apart. We should all come together. And everybody is so unique and different that I think those stereotypes are just ridiculous. Like, there's no one anything. There's no one way. So, anyway. Girl power! Hi! Hi, Belinda! Long time no see. We're just talking about pay gaps and gender inequality. Just your normal Tuesday morning chit chat. And I'm pretty sure I'll get some thumbs down for my opinions. But the thing is like, unless we continue to push back on those things, then they'll never change. So I'm not afraid to say what I really feel. And it's not like I have anything against guys, just the ones that treat people poorly. I have issue with that. I have issue with anybody treating anybody poorly. But I feel like you know, I feel like eventually I think the world will get better. I'm optimistic about that. I think the more we talk about it, the more it will improve. Okay. So we're done the first layer of that little dude. Oh no, wait, I'm wrong. I lied. Sorry, my bad. Got these little fins here. Um, 11:20. Hi, Joey. Good morning. Hello. Thank you. It's getting there. Right. Right. You're up late. Well, thanks for joining, Belinda. How you doing? Are we gonna do our last Tuesday of the month thing again? I would love to join you again if you'll have me. I think we should also get Sammy involved. Of course, May. We should just do a huge challenge. That would be so much fun. Yay! Alright. Awesome. That was so funny. Oh my gosh. May just cracks me up. It was so much fun. Oh, good, Pickle. What are you coloring? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Those gloves, man, or those socks, just had me rolling. I couldn't get a hold of myself. It was so funny. Oh, that fin too. Man, I just missed out a lot of spots. We'll get it. Hi, Joe Beth. How you doing? Uh, oh, thank you, Joe Beth. It's getting there. She'll be. I think we're gonna need some more time on her yet. I'm so sorry that it takes me so long, guys. I'm not speedy like Belinda. But that's okay. Those challenges might help me get quicker. Maybe I can learn to pick up the pace. Well, the thing is like, if you're slow like me, there's nothing wrong with that, I don't think. You know, we all go at our own speed. I'm just a turtle. So, it's okay though. I appreciate everybody's patience while I spend months on one page. I'm just going through this again. So I don't get rid of every black outline, but I do just sort of selectively pick the ones that stand out to me and go over those. Um, Pickle. Turbo snail? That brings a really funny picture to my head. Of like this little snail, and he's got like you know from Harry Potter, like the blast-ended Scroot kind of thing, like a little like turbo snail, like he's got like a little turbo jetpack out of the back end. Yeah, that's what I'm picturing. That's so funny. Oh, Nani and Shadow. Oh, they're snoring? I don't think I've ever heard a cat snore. Oh, that's too much paint. Not paying attention. That's so funny. Snoring kitties and doggies. Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that, Pickle. That's funny. Huh. That's so funny. So does he have like a turbo pack on his snail? On the snail? Or is he just called Turbo? Um Oh, Sebastian. He's so cute. He's growing up really quick. I saw your photo on Instagram. That was so cute. Yep. And later on today, I'll be posting that page that I showed at the beginning on Instagram. And that was a buddy color with Richie. And she did the other side of the spread. So we're going to combine them together and make it so that they look like they're in the same book. It's going to be so cool. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Her page is so beautiful. So that was a lot of fun. And of course, she finished way before me. Richie is so fast, and I'm a turtle. She's so patient. She's like, it's okay, I'll wait. I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up. She was done like 2 weeks ago, I think. I just finished last night. Okay, I want to do these guys really quick. I thought I would leave them, but I don't think so. Change my mind. No, they're not friends yet. A cat 1-year-old birthday cake. You know, I just gave Abby, see, Abby's allergic to fish, but she loves it. So I just gave Abby some tuna fish for her birthday because she's not really supposed to have it. Makes her itchy, but I just give her, you know, I give her allergy medicine with it, and it's not so bad. But I've never made a birthday cake for her. A raw meat cupcake with crushed dry food coating it. That's a good idea, Belinda. Yeah, I can show you, Jo Beth. I showed it at the beginning of the stream. The sun is a little bit brighter right now, so actually I think the colors might be better. Here, I'll zoom out if I can. Come on. There we go. So there's where her, where we're at with her. And then the page that I just finished is in Spirit Animals. And here she is. So it's got like gold in it. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. So Richie did this page. So what we're gonna do is like in Photoshop, you know, put our pages together so they look like they're in the same book. That'll be really cool. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, so this is a combination of pan pastel, color pencil, and then acrylic paint. So I threw a lot of different media at this one. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you. Yeah, Joey, it is a cruel twist of nature. She's allergic to so many things. She's also allergic to chicken. So Abby struggles with a lot of like severe allergies. Let's see here. Yeah, the light is a little better here. Let me fix her mouth right here. Now looking at it, I just want to touch up some things here. So, let me zoom in. Sorry. So we've got like some of this outline showing through on her lips. I changed this expression. It used to be more down and we made it more. So let's see how that works out. Just covering that black outline, and if we need to, we can go over it with a color. And same with up here, I can just see some of that black outline coming through. Raw kangaroo meat. Well, that's kind of hard to get over here. I don't even think you can get it in the States. But I feed Abby. She gets rabbit, duck, turkey, lamb, and venison. Those are the proteins that she does really well with. So those, basically she eats like a princess. The rabbit is the most expensive, and they're all limited ingredient. So they don't have like the chicken mixed in or any other fish. But every once in a while I give her tuna fish. That is one of her favorite things to eat. So, you know, if she, you know, in the wintertime I usually give it to her. We don't know when Abby's birthday is because she came to me as I'm her second owner, and when her first owner adopted her, she was a stray. So we don't know exactly how old she is. The vet guessed that at this point now she's about 17, but we don't know for sure. So I don't know when her birthday is. So I chose to celebrate it in the wintertime because her seasonal allergies aren't as bad then. So I can give her fish. Speaking of fish, we're doing a fish. I can give her fish without her reacting to as much. So that's sort of my strategy. But she loves tuna fish and salmon, and I feel so bad because she just can't eat it. It makes her so itchy, and so her ears go bright red, and you can just see the reaction like as soon as she starts eating. So I give her the allergy pills, and it does help. But usually what I'll do is I'll give her the tuna fish, and it has like her medicine in it, and then immediately I put a fan on, and she'll just sit in front of it and cool her ears off. It's so funny. But it's sort of like a diabetic eating a birthday cake, I think. I mean, you've got to let them live here and there, otherwise it's kind of, I don't know. you know, it's only once a year, so she's all right. She just, I mean, you should see it. She just wolfs it down like a vacuum. um, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, Belinda. We're using acrylic paint for this particular video. I'm using the Liquitex Titanium White. Any white acrylic paint works great. I'm not particular about the brand. This is just what I have laying around. But earlier, I did demonstrate using white gouache and also the Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White. I think that was 2 videos back in this series. So there's a lot of different products you can use. But I'm using the white first, and then I'll go over it with a mixed color. We mixed an acrylic color to cover the black outlines on her cheeks, for example. So that there is titanium white and burnt sienna mixed together. And you can see there's still some ghosty lines. So I might go over that again. And like I want to darken up her eyebrows just slightly. So there's like some things still we need to do with the face. But I'm trying to get all of the black gone. And then we can kind of keep going on the color. Joe Beth. Yeah. Yeah, it's, Abby suffers a little bit for it, but man, does she enjoy that tuna fish. So I figure it's like a once a year type of treat, and that's okay. That's not going to cause her tumors or anything like that, so. Because that's what was, like, when I first got her, her ears were flat to her head. She had so many tumors in her ears. She actually had, she was partially deaf. She couldn't hear very well. And it was all because her previous owner, didn't take her to the vet, so they didn't, like, diagnosing allergies in cats is really difficult. The first couple of vets that I went to, they just shot her with steroids and said, there you go, she should be better. But then, like, 2 weeks later, when the steroid shot wore off, she'd be back to it. So I had to, like, really advocate, like, don't give her steroids, figure out what's wrong with her. And so we had all these kinds. I went through, I think, 6, 7, I can't even remember anymore, so many different vets to find one that actually said, why don't we try an allergy test and see if that works. And oh my gosh, that allergy test, she came up like positive for every single thing that they tested her for, including dander. So she's allergic to herself, which is ridiculous. So I do all sorts of things now to help her out with that. But now she's doing pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect. The vet said she's always going to be a little itchy, especially during pollen season. And like right now, she's got hay fever issues. But like today, it's rainy, so she's doing pretty good actually. The days where it rains are the easiest for her. And the wintertime, she's great. She really has no issue with the stuff that's in the air. And I put these allergy screens on my windows, and that helps too. But I know, like, even though I change my clothes as soon as I get home and, take a shower and wash my hands before I touch her, like, I know I'm tracking in some. I mean, it's just inevitable. So it's tough for her. But she's hanging in there. She's a great... Hi, Astro. Oh, they can, Leslie. Oh, Pickle. I found a great kitty when I found Abby. You saw how she takes care of me. She's amazing. Right now she's sitting right behind me on the chair. She never ever leaves me be. But I have to say, she and I have been through quite a lot together, and I love her so much. So she's just as good for me as I am for her, I think. But yeah, I did spend a lot of money, like a crazy amount of money on her to get her all fixed up. Um, I would do it all over again though in a heartbeat because just seeing her now, how much better she is, and that to me is worth more than any amount of money. Um, that she can sleep through the night, that she plays, and um, she's awesome. So, and it's funny, like my mom when she was taking care of Abby, she's like, man, she's so snuggly. Like Abby will snuggle anybody. If you come over, as long as you don't like, if you're not aggressive with her or anything, like if you let her come to you, she'll be in your lap in like 2 seconds. So it's so cute. Like I've had complete strangers come over and like within like about 5 minutes, she's in their lap. Like, okay, I've claimed you, human. So cute. Love it. And she's like, whenever Mark comes over, she's such a daddy's girl. She's like, okay, he's mine now. Like, I don't know. It's so funny. She'll like climb all over him and like sit on it. Like if he lays down, she'll like sit on top of him. So funny. uh, oh, Nani's getting acne. Does she feed? Yeah. Oh, wood splinters. Oh man. She chews wood logs. Oh man, Nani. That's not edible. That's so funny. I hope she gets out of that habit. Uh-huh. Um, that is. Oh yeah, Astra, I'm Laura. Hi, nice to meet you. Welcome. I don't think I've seen you here before. Mm-hmm. Oh no. Mm-hmm. Yeah, some cats, yeah, Pickle. Some cats are really like possessive over one person. Abby is like, she would drop me in a heartbeat, I'm sure. You know, like if somebody else were to take care of her, she wouldn't care. She's like, she loves everybody. She's just so sweet. Like when I took her in, it was like within the first day, she was already sleeping with me and snuggled with me. I'm like, don't you miss your old human? And the lady who had her before, she was an elderly lady in the same building. I used to live in like a big apartment complex, not the house I'm living in now. And so she just lived right down the hall. So she would come and visit, and Abby was still very sweet to her as well. But yeah, Abby's like, I don't care who you are, I just love you. It's so funny. Oh no, she eats everything? Oh no, that's rough. So is there anything you can do to train her, Belinda? I see, I haven't dealt with that. I would just be concerned she eats something that like gets lodged in there or is totally not edible and she gets sick. All right, now we're doing bubbles. This is gonna take a while, guys, but it's just a bunch of circles. Do you want to see all of them or should I just do a couple? I mean, it's up to you. I'm totally cool doing it on stream. I just don't know how interesting it will be. to watch. Um, oh no. Yeah, maybe when she's done teething, she'll stop that. Oh yeah. And I'm sure you give her plenty of chew toys and stuff, so that can't be it. Uh, is there like I know when my sister was biting her nails, the doctor gave her like this like spray that they put on to make it taste bitter and she stopped. Is there something like that for dogs where you could like on like the areas where you like say the wood pile, you know, could you spray something on that to like keep her from chewing or is that not? I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe that's a question for the vet. Uh, um, Hi Jerry, we're using the white acrylic paint today, but there's a lot of different ways you can use. I also, on this page, have used both the Dr. Peach Martin's Bleed Proof White and also this Winsor & Newton Designer's Gouache. So there's a lot of different ways you can accomplish this look. Since I'm going to be mixing color later, I'm just using acrylics since I have the most colors in that particular medium. But you can use a Uniball Posca, which is just an acrylic paint pen. There's so many ways that you can accomplish this, so that, you know, there's no right or wrong. Uh-huh. Uh, oh no, she likes bitter. Oh. That's awful. Oh man. Kenny. Well, that's not too bad to have a mint leaf, right? That's okay for dogs, right? I think mint's okay. Um. Hi, Fibs. Hi, Jerry. Um. Oh my gosh, she likes lemons. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. I've never heard of a dog liking lemons before. Man, Nani is just special. So you can see when I'm doing the bubbles here, and actually anything, just take your time. And don't be afraid to use several different motions. So you see I do the top first, and then I'll do the bottom. If you try and do it all in one go, it tends to not look as great. Like that. And as far as circles go, they don't, especially bubbles, they don't have to be perfect. Bubbles come in all kinds of shapes because the water pushes the air inside around a little bit. So don't stress if they don't look perfect. It's no big deal. The effect we're after is just to get rid of those black outlines, make them look a little shiny. Oh, I'm off screen. I'm sorry. Oh. Hi, Brittany. I'm using Liquitex white acrylic paint, but you can use any kind of white acrylic, or you can use white gouache. The Uni Posca pens work well. So there's a lot of different ways you can accomplish this. I'm just showing you one way to do it, basically. A lot of different ways out there. Probably even more that I haven't even listed. Oh yes, it's a brush. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is just a cheap brush I got at Walmart for like a couple bucks. I put a link in my last video. I'll put a link in the description when this video is done processing sometime later today. Let's see. Pencil. Leslie. Yeah. I think he just asked that because she has her birth year in her name. Mm. Yep. Oh my. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but we've got a situation with the neighbors down there. Yeah, Belinda, you don't look 41 at all. Although I get that too. I'm 37, so people think I'm young. I'm like, nope, I'm getting old. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't help my voice, unfortunately. I've always been treated like a child, even when I'm not. It kind of sucks a little bit. Because, like, you know, I could try to make my voice. Yeah, no, it's not working. Like, I just, that's how I talk, unfortunately. What are you gonna do? It is what it is. And sometimes people are, like, happy about that, but in my profession, especially, um, it's hard to be taken seriously as a woman already. And so, like, to sound like a kid, you know, on top of that, like, you know, I say I have, you know, 15 years experience and people are like, no, you don't. I'm like, yeah, I do. I'm older than I look. Oh, take me seriously. It's tough. And so it's funny because like when I started wearing my glasses most of the time and not contacts, it helped a little bit with that. But and I just did that because my eyes, my eye doctor said, you know, your eyes will be happier with glasses. So I try and take care of my eyeballs. They're kind of important. Sammy. Yeah, nobody should really care how old anybody is, I think. There's enough like ageism and all that out there. And what's so cool is like coloring, I think, appeals to all types of people. You know, I mean, we've got a nice age range going on right here, I think. We have Astro, who's 16. We have Loretta, who feels like she's 70. No, just kidding. Sorry, Loretta. Um, yeah. Oh, happy birthday, Susan. 61 on Friday. All right. Nice. Um, it's funny, Susan. I I think because we call you Mum in Sammy's chat, I always want to call you Mom, which is weird because, like, I'm sure, I don't know how my mom would feel about that, but so funny. Oh, man. Uh. Uh-huh. Oh my goodness, Kenny, I didn't know that. Daria, you guys all act so much younger. We're all, I think maybe coloring makes us young at heart. I think that's what it is. So just keep coloring if you want to look and feel young. um, uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, my birthday will be in November, and I'll be another year older. That's okay. I still act like a teenager, so that's fine. I mean, as far as like I color and I BMX, I'm so weird. And so, yeah. I do have some news actually about my family. So since we have most of my regulars here, I might as well tell you guys now. Unfortunately, I'm kind of sad to say, my little sister, although I'm very proud of her, she got a job in Florida. So she's going to be moving very far away. And I'm gonna miss her a lot. She and I are very close. So we've already made plans that we're gonna be video chatting a whole lot. But she's the one who, um, has been doing my nails and also just kind of giving me a lot of moral support with my channel. But yeah, so unfortunately, Emmy is going to be no longer helping me out with my nail polish. And yeah, I'm kind of sad, but I'm also really excited for her because this is a great opportunity for her and she seems really excited. So, um, yeah, but I'm selfishly sort of sad about it. Yeah, yeah. No, Joe Beth, that's funny. Yeah, kind of, Kenny. You don't appear that old to me, honestly. But it's cool. It doesn't matter. I mean, really, it doesn't matter our ages. Um, yeah. Yeah, good luck to Emmy. That's how I'm trying to think about it. I love her so much, and I know that she's gonna do great. So, um, but yeah, I'm gonna miss her something fierce, I think. But she's gonna do really well. Um, and we can video chat. So the the miracles of modern technology. I'm grateful for that, at least. And one of my cousins lives down there, or our cousin, so she won't be totally alone. He's only about a 2-hour drive from her, so at least it's not that far. Versus like I think it's 17 hours from here driving. So it's just not something practical that I can go visit her. It would be like a whole week, and I haven't taken a week off since I started my small business. Actually, I only take short vacations. Oh, too much paint. So yeah, so we all wish her well. Hopefully, yeah. Susan. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm out of frame. Susan. Yeah, I live right near New York City. I'm only about a 2-hour drive from New York City. And Emily will be moving all the way down to the bottom of the United States. So it's a 17-hour drive. That's if you're speeding a little bit. If you go the speed limit, it's more like 18, 19 hours. Um, that's a long drive. It's about a 3-hour flight. Um, so it's just unfortunately not practical to like hang out and visit her a lot. And it's gonna be tough, I think, because she hasn't really been uh, away from home like that long. So I think it might be tough for her a little bit, but I think she has this great opportunity and she's really excited about the job. So, and she makes friends really quickly, so I'm not worried about that. Um, yeah. Yeah, Pickle, I mean, we do fight here and there, but not often. And honestly, um, I mean, she's been one of my best friends since we were kids. I mean, we've been close. We're close in age. We're only about, I think we're, what, 15 months apart? So we've always been. Now, when we were teenagers, we fought, but I think that's normal. I blame hormones and being a teenager. But, we lived we lived together for a while, and we hang out every week. Like she and I will get together and hang out and talk about our weeks and do nails now and things like that. So, um, yeah, I definitely will miss her. She's definitely a big part of my life. We chat all the time. So, but the thing is it's not going to be too bad to do video chat, so that's okay. Um, yeah, Susan. Okay, see you later, Belinda. Thanks for stopping by. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, definitely. Shoot, go ahead. I have time for art and coloring questions anytime, Sammy. That's like my favorite. Go for it. Ooh, that one didn't look too good. That's okay. Yeah, America's a very big country. Like when Mark and I were traveling across the United States to do his motorcycle thing, it took us 4 days driving 11 hours each day just to reach Utah. It was nuts. It's a big place. Mm-hmm. Okay, bubbles everywhere. So many bubbles. Mm-hmm. Let's actually, can you see this? Yeah. Let's do this. Mm. I'm waiting for Sammy to ask her question. Sammy! She might be typing. So my technique is always the same. It's really, I'm sure this is very dull to watch. I'm sorry it just takes me a while. But you guys know me. I just layer and layer. Okay. Thank you so much, Leslie, for hanging out. Oh. No, I didn't see anything, Sammy. Well, try and break it up into smaller bits, maybe. Yeah, Leslie, have sweet dreams. We'll see you. We'll see you around. Thanks for coming. I know it's late there. Gosh. It's got to be, what, like midnight? Mm-hmm. Let's see. Huh. That's weird, Sammy. Do you want to type me in Messenger and I can just read it there? Type me in Facebook Messenger and I can pop that open. That's weird. I don't know what to say. I'm not even seeing it. Like, usually comments are held for moderation. I can see them, but I'm not even seeing anything. Here we go. Hi, Sean. How you doing? Same here, Brittany. You must be on the East Coast as well. Okay. So Sammy asks, if you mess up the skin color, say too much red tone, what's the best way to cool it down? I use Parma Violet usually, but what would Laura do? Okay. I use the complementary color, so let's just let's do a little thing here. I'm gonna zoom out. Hang in there with me. So say you do too much red tone. Actually, I have this very example. I have a whip that has too much red in her skin. Hold on, I'll go grab it. I could use that too. Let's see what Sorry guys, I'm just looking for that page. it is. Somewhere in here. Alright, well, I can't find the page I'm looking for, but I did find something that'll work for our demo. So this doesn't have necessarily too much red in it, but it's definitely a redder tone. So we can do that. This is part of my nose demo I did a long time ago on my Facebook group. So let's see here. Too red. Let's see. Got it. Okay. Yeah, YouTube is funny like that sometimes. Okay, so for a skin tone that is red, let's just really quickly make sure I have the right pencils. Okay. So yours isn't quite as red as this, actually. I think mine's redder than yours. But whenever you look at anything on the color wheel, so a little bit of color theory. And let's actually do a really quick demo. So say you have this color here. Let's zoom in too, so that way you guys can really see. I gotta put new paper on my desk. So here's, I think this is closer. Yours is more neutral than this, so I'm doing an extreme version, Sammy. But say you have this nice red, maybe even, let's do a couple different. I think this one is actually closer. So say you have a skin tone and it's just too red. So we have a couple of options. If it's too dark and too red, then what I tend to do is use a white pencil. It all depends. So let me just show you a couple ideas here. So using a white pencil will knock back the saturation and lighten it up. And this is with Prismacolors. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe zoom in more. Let's see here. Okay, so that's one way of doing it if it's too dark, and if you only need to desaturate a little bit of it. I don't know if you can see, but it did take out some of the pink of that. But if that's not enough, I know this is going to be scary to say, but the opposite of red on the color wheel is green. And so what we're going to do is use a green. So let's see here what color. That might be too blue. I need a different. So anytime you need to neutralize a color, say it's too saturated in some way or another, use the opposite or the complement on the color wheel and you will get the right color. So let's just see. It's a little too... Actually, I think that might work, but let me sharpen it. So what I would do, Sammy, in your case is I would swatch out on a separate sheet the colors that you've used in the skin and then go ahead and play. So what we're going to do is I'm using here light green 920 in Prisma, and it's just going to take, now we'll darken it as well, so you'll see I'm going to use white on top to brighten it back up. Can you see how it's taking out the saturation though and making it more neutral? Now if it's too, let's see how it looks when it's blended. Yeah, there we go. So if you go too far with it, you can always pull it back and add, see here how it looks a little green now? So you can add back in some of the red tone. And color mixing isn't precise, so you kind of got to just play with it until it looks right. There we go. Now this here is more of an orangey red, and so I think I need a more blue-green. You see how it's still looking wrong? So here I have a more blue-green here. This color here. So let's try that. And that's why I think it's important to swatch. Yeah, this is a much better color, I think. Nope, still too much green. There we go. So this does take some practice. Now, I have an example actually. I've done this before where I laid down green tone and then put red over it. Let's see here. Let's see. Sienna in the Light Fast. Okay, Sienna in the Light Fast. I have the Light Fast. So let's just use Light Fast here. Let's try this again. Sienna. Here we go. So I have here Sienna in the Derwent Light Fast. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a different color. Got it. So in this situation, the Light Fast have a really nice, this is seaweed here. Let's try this, and I'm just going to go real gentle. This is a dark color. You see how it's taking out that pink and pulling it more towards the brown? Now, when I go over it, let's just keep going here with this. See, the problem with the Light Fast is the greens that I have are all really dark. So you're going to need to brighten it up if it's the wrong value. So what I'm going to do is just really gently layer this in. And then once I've gotten it to a point, I'm going to use salmon to blend them together. Now let's try another combo. Let's try, again, let's start with a sienna since that's what you've got here. So the thing is with me, I just play until I find something that works great. So you can see the difference between the two, just looking at them side by side. This has a lot more red in it, and this is more neutral. Yeah, so that's why I suggest swatching it out separate. So let's try a different green just to see how that might look. Let's try more blue-green here, because this is going on the side of red-orange. So you see the opposite of red-orange on the color wheel is blue-green here. All right, so what we're going to do is let's try mallard green. Let's just swatch a couple different options. Okay, yeah, this is so strong. Oh my gosh, you need a really light hand. But you have a light hand, Sammy. You can do this. All right. Let's layer a little bit more of the sienna back over it because I feel like I went too far. Yeah, so this is more neutral. So it depends on what tone you're going for. Man, it's funny. These pencils don't like this paper I'm working on. And now this is a lot darker, so let's brighten it up. Instead of using this salmon, I'm going to use flush pink instead to burnish it together. Brighten it up a little bit. Okay, so we have, let's just as a comparison, let's put sienna right here so that you can see the difference between them. So I think I do like the seaweed better. Can you guys see this okay? So I think I definitely like the seaweed color better. Let's try, yeah, I guess so, huh? Temperamental on a lot of papers. Let's try. It's okay though, we're just testing things out and seeing how they work. Let's try the spruce green. So I'm trying that. Let's just see how this looks. Because I'm not that familiar with the like, I'm barely touching the paper. All right, so then I'm gonna put salmon over that guy because that's not too bad as far as the darkness goes. Okay, yeah, that's. So this paper is rubbish for these pencils, but I hope that you guys can kind of see how, you know, if you're not sure about something, swatch it out, play with it, you know, but if you ever have something that's too much of something, so let's do another demo in here. I'm going to zoom out a little just so you can see my color wheel. So say we have a color that's too green. Let's go the other way, right? So say we have mallard green here, which is sort of a bluey green here. You know, say maybe we've gone way too strong with it. We're like, oh no, I didn't want it that, I wanted it to be more like an earthier green, you know, don't like it, for it's just not working for you, then go to the opposite of the color wheel is red, orange. So let's pick, let's see here. This scarlet color, scarlet, is a great way to neutralize. So I'm just going to show you, you can make anything tone down by just mixing the opposite together. See how that took it out of that bright green and now it's like more like a neutral brown color? Here, I'll zoom in now. And then here, just to sort of show how that works, I'm grabbing the Derwent Drawing Chinese White. Let's just brighten that up just so that you can see the final mix. So it's still green, but when you burnish, let's put, oh, sorry, I just smeared that. Let's put them side by side. Let's do, so then I'm using the Derwent Drawing again to go over it. So you guys can see mixing in that orangey red really brought down the brightness and made it more of an earthy color. So this works with all medium. All pigment reacts the same way. So if you are struggling with it being too bright, too saturated, then mix the opposite on the color wheel. In every situation that will help. So purple and yellow, orange and blue, red and green, etc. Really, really awesome thing to know how to handle. Yeah, I think I like the seaweed combo the best. That would be my pick, I think. But I think I would encourage you, Sammy, to play around with that and see which one you like the best. But that would be the way I'd handle that. And let me bring up on Instagram. Hold on, I'll show you something else. Instagram, Laura Rafferty art. On my Insta, I did this exact thing, only I started with green. So here, you can see, let me just, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to show you my screen, which is kind of weird. me zoom out. So you can see here on Instagram, I have here, she started out green, this Gem Fae lady, and then I put red over it. So you can see here's another whip where I started to layer red over it. And that was just me playing with color, and this is how she turned out at the end. So she did have some undertones of green. I wanted her to have that green glow, but you can see all the green that was in her face is pretty much gone. So that was just through layering and layering and layering different reds and greens together until it came to the skin tone that I was looking for. So I hope that helps. I'm sorry I couldn't find that one page I was thinking of to kind of demo it better, but you can add brown, Rochelle, but I find that sometimes it doesn't work out. So let's show how brown works out. Brown can help. It depends on how bright it is. So let's do sienna. Here we go. And then if I were to choose a brown, it would be a cool brown. You don't want a warm brown because that's just gonna kind of exaggerate the issue. So I would choose, let's see here. I need my, see, I hardly ever use, I've only used these once. Let's see, this is a cool brown. So I chose Van Dyke brown here, but you'll see it's just gonna make it darker. It does take out some of the brightness of it, but it's not going to have the same sort of neutralizing effect. Let's go over it with the same colors. So I have salmon. So here's the seaweed, and here's the Van Dyke brown. And you can see that it's still got that red undertone, and that's just because of the way, oh, I'm sorry, I'm off camera. Gosh, I've been really bad about that today. You can just see how this one is much more neutral than this one. So it does take out some of it. Here, I'll put salmon over the sienna just so that you can see by comparison. But really the brown is just mostly just darkening it up. That red undertone is still going to come through, unfortunately. But I do encourage you in every situation, swatch out the colors like I am. Just play with them, compare them to each other, see what works for you, because, you know, maybe this is okay, you know, maybe it's still less, I mean, I don't know, it kind of looks really red to me still. But, you know, it all depends on your own personal preference is what I'm trying to get at. I don't think there's any one answer for this question. I just, Sammy asked me how I'd approach it, and that's how I've been, you know, handling it. If I go overboard on a certain saturated color, then I just mix in the complement to it. So, yeah. So I would go with seaweed if I were you. But I would, Sammy, I think you should, this is on, you know, cheap printer paper, so I don't know how it will look when you're doing it on your nicer paper too. So that could have an effect on how it turns out. I hope that helped out. Why were you freaking out, Shell? Oh no, we can't have freakouts. Yeah, I'm so happy to answer any kind of questions you guys have. That's why I think that's why I love live streaming better than just putting out videos and uploading them, because I feel like it's more of a dialogue and we can chat about things and help each other out. It's less like just a one-way communication where I'm just telling you how I would do it, I guess. I don't know. I just love it. Oops, sorry. I'm just putting my colors away. So we're pretty much at the end of the stream. Actually, I think we should have ended a while ago. Yeah, but that's okay. The color wheel doesn't have brown on it. Aha! Okay, the color wheel does have brown on it, but it's just a neutralized version of red, orange, and orange. So what happens is when you add the complement to orange and red orange, that's when you get a neutral brown. But you can see here, yeah, orange, red orange, and even yellow orange. So what it is when you mix blue violet in with yellow orange, you get this nice yellow, like this yellowy brown kind of color. If you mix blue in with orange, you're going to get like this, I consider this like a true neutral brown. And if you mix blue-green in, pardon my thing is broken. If you mix blue-green in with red-orange, you get like this nice warm red-brown, like a brick red. So that's how you mix a brown out of primary colors. And I did show a little bit of that in that watercolor color theory tutorial, but we can do a video on neutrals if that's something you guys are interested in. I'll put it on my list. Let's see. Hi, Michelle. Yeah, Michelle, that's okay. Still nice to see you. You're very welcome, Rochelle. Yeah, like, gosh, I wish I could just like upload my brain and let you guys just download it. I have so much stuff I want to teach you guys and help you out with. But if there's anything you guys want to see, you know, mixing neutrals out of bright colors, we could do that. We could do it in pencils or in paint or any kind of media. Knowing about, but it will help your coloring so much. And there's a lot of videos out there. I know Emily Illustrator did a color theory tutorial. I know that there's other artists on YouTube that do them. And I'm really happy, like if you have something you want to see, I'm really happy to help you guys out as well. So, yeah, darling. Yeah. You do, Joe Beth. Yeah, it's funny, like there's not enough time in the day. I wish I could just sit here and chat with you forever about coloring and art, and it's so much fun. I just love it so much. I'm just packing away my pencils. If anybody has any other questions, I'm so happy to answer them. Me too, Jo Beth. I love learning, teaching. And that's, I think, what's so amazing about our community is everybody really is, like, no matter your skill level, you have something to give. I learned just as much from, you know, Jody's channel, watching Jody, which, you know, like, Jody used to put herself down all the time, and I always used to get frustrated with hearing her say that, because, like, you know, I learned from watching other people. It doesn't matter, you know, what your skill level is. And Jody, you've progressed so much that, you know, it's so much fun watching you. And that's just like one example of somebody I know who's like put themselves down and didn't deserve that kind of self-treatment. So there's a lot of you out there that, you know, have YouTube channels that don't think you're good enough or whatever you're saying. It's not true. We all learn from each other. So, oh, hello. Hi, Connie. Hi, Robin. Hello. Well, we're just wrapping up here, but I hope that helped you out, Sammy. So if nobody else has any questions, oh, don't worry, Connie. I spent most of the time just painting with white paint. This isn't a very riveting episode, but that's okay. If you want to go to bed, though, it might be a good episode for you. This might put you to sleep, so there you go. If anybody has trouble sleeping, just watch this video. Awesome. Oh, you're so welcome, Sammy. Uh-huh. All right, guys, I'm going to give a shout out and then we're going to get going, I think. So let's see who's here in the chat. I see Joe Beth, we have Connie, Robin, Rochelle. We've got Sammy. Who else is here? Michelle Kaler, thank you for coming. Thank you guys so much. And everybody who's lurking as well. Thank you, Kenny. Thanks for coming, Daria. Uh-huh. And Starbuck. Uh-huh. Susan, take care. All right, guys. So, we will pick up our mermaid, which is what we were working on. We'll pick her up again next week. And I'll also be doing, hopefully, a couple of other impromptus later on this week. Definitely the metal coloring tutorial, finishing that. Oh, hi, Belinda. I thought you went to sleep. Oh, no, wait. Am I reading old chat? Yes, I am. My bad. On my phone, it's... Never mind. Take care, Joe Beth. All right, so I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye.